All right. So what we are going to do with these Post-it notes is we are going to read this article by Einstein, and we want to do a really close read so that we can really understand what he's saying and trying to communicate. And we're going to do this a paragraph at a time. And I've limited the size of your Post-it note because I want you to be really, really brief about your summary. So this article starts on page 305. So I would like you to all go to 305, and we're going to do one of these together. So 305, and we're going to start with paragraph 1. Okay. So go ahead. Find a place. And this is another strategy that if you are having trouble comprehending something, you might try is reading something out loud to yourself. So follow along, page 305. We're going to go one paragraph at a time. It says, in order to understand the law of equivalence of mass and energy, we must go back to two conservation or balance principles which, independent of each other, held a high place in pre-relativity physics. These were the principles of the conservation of energy and the conservation of mass. The first of these, advanced by Leibniz as long ago as the 17th century, was developed in 19th century essentially as a corollary of the principle of mechanics. Okay? So, if we think about converting that information into a few amount of words to communicate what that means, I might do something like this. Conservation of energy, he said, was a separate principle. So I might say something on my Post-it note like this. Energy before some reaction needs to be equivalent to the energy after.
Energy to energy.
Energy to energy conservation.
I was going to draw a picture like of a scale and they balance.
That's fine. You can do that. And he also said in that paragraph separately that mass should be conserved with mass. But then he started talking about in order to understand the law of equivalence of mass and energy. Well, the equivalence of mass and energy was what he proposed. Then E equals mc squared. So that's one way you could do it. Caleb mentioned a picture person. Well, we can have a balance. E equals E. You could do M equals M.
And then E equals M.
And then E equals M. Yeah, this is just two different ways to do the first one. Some people like pictures
I do.
to help them understand. Other people prefer words. Now, could I put those into complete sentences?
If you
Sure,
wanted to.
if you want to. This is just a suggestion. on how you can summarize these. So what I would like you to do is whatever way you like to summarize. And summarize is not the same thing as plagiarize, people. So do not write on these Post-it notes the exact same words that they used in these paragraphs. But I would like you to practice reading for complex, in-depth meaning by using these Post-it notes to summarize these paragraphs. Okay? So, get after it, please.
So you want us to put a Post-it notes in the book?
You can put the Post-it notes in the book, or you can just put them on your notebook.